Letter to the Colossians, chapter 1. Paul, an apostle of Jesus Christ, by the will of God, and Timotheus, our brother, to the saints and faithful brethren in Christ, which are at Colossae, grace be unto you, and peace, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. We give thanks to God and the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, praying always for you, since we heard of your faith in Christ Jesus, and of the love which ye have to all the saints, for the hope which is laid up for you in heaven, whereof ye heard before in the word of the truth of the gospel, which is come unto you, as it is in all the world, and bringeth forth fruit, as it doth also in you, since the day ye heard of it, and knew the grace of God in truth. As ye also learned of Epaphras, our dear fellow servant, who is for you a faithful minister of Christ, also declared unto us your love in the Spirit. For this cause we also, since the day we heard it, do not cease to pray for you, and to desire that ye might be filled with the knowledge of his will in all wisdom and spiritual understanding, that ye might walk worthy of the Lord, unto all pleasing, being fruitful in every good work, and increasing in the knowledge of God, strengthened with all might according to his glorious power, unto all patience and long suffering, with joyfulness, giving thanks unto the Father, which hath made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light, who hath delivered us from the power of darkness, and hath translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins, who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. And he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have the preeminence.
All right, I'm into that. Thank you very much. First, peace of Christ to all. Today, our topic is about Allah, if you have a physical body or not. So I choose actually this verse from the Bible because it has to do with God having a physical body. So obviously, for us as a Christians, we don't have a problem for accepting God that he have a physical body. God, he came to us as a man, actually, and we accept that, and we have no problem with it. The Muslims, because they are so much proud of something they do not know, so they cannot really understand who is their God. So the topic today actually is one of the most, let us say, aggressive topic Muslims they face through their life, and they avoid to talk about it. And the reason is very simple, because none of the Muslims can give you any answer. If you go right now, and actually I advise you to do so, maybe after we finish this, go and search like, do Allah have hands in YouTube? Do Allah have body? Do Allah have etc.? And you will see how many scholars are speaking about that, and none of them there really to say or to give you any kind of explanation what Islam stand off regarding this issue. All of them, they will say, well, Allah have hands, the Quran obviously say that. Allah have a leg, Allah have a face, but we do not know how it looked like. So the only issue Muslims they can give you, or let us say the only answer Muslims they can give, that's our God is a God who is unknown. However, this is a contradict what Muhammad says about his God, and you will see the reasons Muslims they cannot involve in such a thing, because Islam is a gang system, and this is a very sensitive issue. It might lead into your death, which means if you say an opinion, someone else don't agree with it, and this is a sensitive issue for Muslims, you might get in to be killed. They call you kafir. So you will notice all Muslim scholars try to avoid to talk about it, because this is not a smart topic to talk about. Let's say you are not really being smart to talk about this. I mean the Muslims. A Muslim, he avoided because this topic will cause him to be in trouble. So what we will do today, we are going to speak about the topic as two-party, which means as long as I don't have a Muslim to debate me, I will play the two-party. I will play the Christian and I will play the Muslims. Actually, you see, every day I open my computer, I want to work in my book, and then I found an email from my brother or sister, can you please do this, etc. And then I find myself, I cannot really resist helping those who are asking me for help. Otherwise, really, I need to work my book. I did not work in my book for more than 3 days. Anyway, so what we will do today, we are going to play good cop, bad cop, as they say in America, right? So I will be the Christian and I will be the Muslim at the same time. So I'm going to see what Muslims say about that, and I will answer the Muslim. All right. Now, please, if you want to share with us in this topic, I appreciate that. You can click at in the top of the video. You will see there's an option. It says Q&A. Will be part of the conversation. You can click in that and you can be part of the conversation, and you can post any question you want. But please just keep it in the topic, because we want to focus today in this topic and this topic only. I hope the sound is very clear and you guys have shown from your side. So what the Muslims stand from Allah being a physical being. I made many debates, and once I was invited for a debate with in a radio station, and they did not even tell me who is the one who will debate me, because seriously, I don't care, you know. And then I found that the debaters, they are the head of the Islamic Center in the city of Tennessee. His name is Dr. Nabil Bayekli, and Imam Malik Sar. Imam Malik Sar. When I did debate them, you know, we spoke about many issues actually, and those poor Muslims, they thought they are going to debate a Christian scholar, not a Muslim scholar, and that was the problem for them. However, both of them, they admit that Allah have a physical body and he is a physical being, but their answer was very funny. They said to me, do you think Allah's leg is the same as yours? Do you think Allah's leg is the same as yours? So what the Muslims will say to you, well, Allah have a physical being, or Allah is a physical being. Allah is, you know, have hands, and he have, like, whatever you want to call it for a human being, but those are not the same as a human being. So the hand of Allah is not the same as your hand. So you should not really compare between the hand of Allah and the hand of you. Like, why you are doing this, you know? Actually, if you search the debate in the internet, you can find it. Let me share on the screen, so maybe you can, guys, you can look at the debate and you can listen to it. The debate was really a bad debate for the Muslims, as usual. You will not debate me and you will get out of it without having a nice shower. Let me share my screen with you. For some reason the video is not loading. Maybe my internet is slow. All right. Anyway, you will see you will see the name, I think, right? Let me take the book from the screen so you guys will not bother by it. All right. Yeah, you see the name there actually. For some reason the video is loading forever. Let me lower the bandwidth and make it something lower. Maybe that will fix it. All right. So Christian Prince debate Dr. Nabil Baikli, and actually it was two of them, Dr. Nabil Baikli and Imam Malik Sar. I advise you to watch from number 1, number 2, number 3. I don't know how many parts it is, you know, and here it says 8 parts in this account. I'm not sure if you can see it clear, so take a note and later you can watch it. All right. For some reason it's not working. Sorry for that. Here we go. So we have to stop it. Now we will go and start with something the Muslims they call the attribute of God. The attribute, their God, have 99 names, and those 99 names they present the attribute of Allah. Actually, in my coming book, not the book I finished already, it's not published, the number 4. This one is going to talk about the Quran and the roots of Islam. You will see where Muhammad exactly he stole the attribute of Allah, and you will be really surprised to find out where. I'm not going to share this with for now, because that will change my topic, etc. So the 99 attributes of Allah. I don't like to read those names in English, but for me, I'm sharing with you the names Muslims they come with. One of the funny names Muslims they come with, as an example, Allah is Al-Mu'min. Al-Mu'min. If you read the translation, you will see that this is a false translation. Look what the Mu'min in the Muslim translation is: the one who witnessed for himself that no one is God but him. That's very weird. It sounds like somebody taking shahada, right? Do Allah need to witness to himself? Seriously, do Allah need to witness for himself? Like, imagine I witness to myself. This is very stupid. Like, I have two personality. I think, like, there's a movie I advise you to watch. It's called The Perfect Host. The Perfect Host present exactly Allah and his prophet Muhammad, because both obviously they are weird. They have like 2%, 3%, 4%, and none of them is they talk to each other, but they are not the same, and they are etc. And at the same time, the Muslims don't believe in the Trinity. So what do you mean Allah he witnessed to himself? The word mu'min in Arabic, the word mu'min, it's mean a believer. Believer, as simple as that. So you are telling me that Allah is a believer? Believer in who? Oh, believe in himself. That's crazy. That's really crazy. The Muslim, they say to you those are attribute of God, but if you think about them, those are attribute of a human being. I am a believer, but then you say to me, I believe in me. What do you mean I believe in me? I follow me? Shouldn't this be something like God, he is believing in himself, and if there's an option that he don't believe in himself anyway? I mean, do Allah he think that's in certain point he was not a believer and then he became a believer? The word believer is for someone is possible to be a believer, and it's possible not to be a believer. But someone he is God and he is a believer. If you read all the like Al-Jabbar, Al-Jabbar, Unbelievable. You know, this is a word we use in Arabic. All the 99 attribute Muslims they use in for Allah, all of them, they are words exist before Islam, and they are used for a human being with no exception. As an example, al-azim. What al-azim mean? You say هذا جبل عظيم. This is a great mountain. هذا رجل عظيم. This is a great man. This is a great king. Azim. It can be used for anything. So Azim is not for Allah. If those 99 attributes they will not be used in the Arabic language to anyone except God, then I can say, you know what, those are unique. And I'm looking at the translation, all of them they are funny. This is why I say don't ever, maybe I should make a translation for all those 99 names. However, by the way, the Muslims they discover lately that Allah do not have 99 attribute, and the number is decreasing. All right. Let us see. Let us examine the attribute of Allah of being Al-Alim. Al-Alim. Al-Alim is knowledgeable. Allah is the knowledgeable. Well, you know what? Today in Arabic we call someone, he's a scientist. In Arabic we call him Alim. Alim is taken from the word Alim, which means scientist. Like he have a lot of knowledge. All right. So Allah Al-Alim is taken from where? It's taken from the Arabic language, which exists before Islam, used for a human being. So all the attribute of Allah is coming from a human being attribute, with no exception. And if we want to examine them, we will find Allah even doesn't fit with them. As an example, if we take Al-Alim and then we go to the Quran and we search for the chapter of Al-Anfal, where Muhammad he promised his men, supposedly Allah is the one is talking, that 1,000 of you can win, or 100 of you can win against 1,000. Now don't tell me my browser stopped working. That will not be a happy day. Come on. This is the second time I do my broadcast and then my browser freeze. Don't do that. Oh no. Anyway, what the verse says, let us hope that the browser will work. Otherwise we will be in trouble. You see how the devil fight you? Lord have mercy. Like it was working fine perfectly. The second you start here, things just go wrong. All right. Seriously, like I think it's about I have to increase the speed of my internet. I'm trying to avoid that because they are charging really highly. All right, here we go. See, it's not working. That's not good, really. And the bad, if I refresh my browser, I mean, if I terminate my browser, that will take my broadcast down too. That's not good. Come on. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Finally. Okay, let's go to the verse. I think it's just a slow internet. So Allah, He promised the Muslims that 1,100 of you will fight 1,000, and when they went to war, the Muslims, they lost. Like, come on. All right, maybe now. No, it's still loading. So anyway, Allah, He ordered the Muslims to go for war, and He told them 100 of you will win against 1,000. The Muslims, they went to war and they lost, and that proved that Allah is not al-alim, or the one who have really any kind of knowledge, as they say, the knowledgeable. Or what about Allah, the knowledgeable, who says that the baby is coming from a sperm, and the sperm became a blood of clot, or a clot, congealed blood. And then he told his prophet that the baby will stay in his mother as a sperm for 40 days, and then he will become a clot for 40 days, and then he will become a flesh. So the total is 120 days. So those attributes, obviously, they don't even fit with Allah. They can fit better with someone he have a degree in medicine, because most likely he will give you more accurate answers. Anyway, this is not our topic. So, but in the beginning, I wanted to present to you that all the attribute of Allah is a human attribute. Like Al-Muzil, the one who humiliate. Well, a human being can humiliate you too. As-Sami'a, what the word Sami'a mean? Sami'a, Sami'a, the one who can hear. Coming from where? From hearing. Okay. Look what it's saying in the translation. The one who hear all things that are heard by his eternal hearing without an ear. So if he can hear us without hearing, so why he is using the word as-Sami'a? The word Sami'a, Sama, the Sama is coming from hearing by using ears. It's not just a word, you know, to as-Sami'a. Like if Allah can, you know, like he know, like when you say Allah is all knowledgeable, do I need you to tell me that he you know, he hear me? Al-Basir, the one who can see all things. Well, Al-Basir is coming from the word Basar. Basar, which means the vision, you know, you see. So they are using a human attribute. Al-Hakam, the judge. Well, a human being, they judge between each other too. They have a court. Al-Adil, the justice. Well, Allah is not justice. As an example, when he order in the chapter 4, verse number 15, 16, you can read about gays and lesbian. In the case of gays, Muslims, they can beat them with sandals and they let them go home. In the case of lesbian, they jail them for life. They jail them for life. Is that justice? They did the same crimes. Both of them, they are homo. So how come the gay, you just insult them and you beat them with sandals and you ask them to repent and you let them go, which means there's a forgiveness here. But in the case of females, if they did that, if they are lesbian, you jail them forever. Where is the just? There's no just. Where is the just? When a man, he go to heaven, he will get reward of a lot of females for sex, but when a woman, she go to heaven, she will not get the same. That is not just. They are both believers, and both they are doing the same thing, but just because of the male and the female gender, Allah, he chose not to be just. So what I'm trying to say, that all the attribute of Allah itself prove that he is a human being. All right. Like, what about Allah Ash-Shakur? Look at this. Allah Ash-Shakur. By the way, the writing is very funny. Ash-Shakur is mean the one who is thankful. So I don't know if you heard an Arabic person say to you, shukran, shukran, right? So shukran means thank you. So how you say to me Allah is the thankful? Thankful for who? They say that this is the one who give a lot of rewards for a little obedience. This is false. Thank you is not will be given for a reward, or it have nothing to do with reward. Thank you is a statement you say, not an act you do. Because already Allah, he have a name Al-Mu'ti, the one who give. Here we go, the reward is there. Are you saying to me that Allah is repeating himself? The thankful for what? For my sin? Because it doesn't matter what a human being does, he at the end of the day he's doing no good to God. Is God going to be thankful for me because I saved myself from hellfire? That's not Allah, the one we know. Al-Ali, the one who is clear from the attributes of all of the creatures, most high. Okay, well, you just called him Shakur, the thankful. You just called him the believer. You are just called him the angry. You know, all of those, and you are telling me he is higher from the attribute of a human being. All those are Arabic words for a human being attribute. And actually, all of those is nothing but repeated words, and most of them they have no meaning. All right. Like one of the things here, by the way, like number 49, the Muslim they say to you, Al-Ba'ith, Allah is Al-Ba'ith. What Al-Ba'ith mean? The word Al-Ba'ith coming from the word Ba'th, which mean resurrection. All right. Then you quote for them, you say, you know what, in the Quran, in chapter 4 verse 171, it says that Jesus he resurrect people from death. He is Al-Ba'ith. So how Allah he share his attribute with Jesus? Jesus is Al-Ba'ith. He resurrect people from death in the Quran. Jesus can, like in before there's one, it says Al-Alim, you know, that all knowledgeable, right? Jesus can tell you what you hide in your places. This is what the Quran says. Jesus can tell you what you have from the unseen. So Jesus is Al-Ba'ith. Jesus is the knowledgeable. Jesus is Al-Hakam. Like we mentioned the word Al-Hakam here, which means the judge. Isn't it the Muslim believe that Jesus, Muhammad, he said Jesus will come back as a Hakam and Muqsitan. He will come in the judgment day to be judge, an absolute judge of justice. That means Jesus is the wise, Jesus is the creator, Jesus is the resurrector, Jesus is the judge, Jesus is the one who know what you have. All those attributes you are talking about, they've been given to Jesus before Allah in the Quran. So how you say to me, Al-Haq, Al-Haq, what Al-Haq mean? The truth. The truth. Did Jesus says I am the truth? Did he say that? Jesus said that long before Muhammad even exist and born, 600 years before that. He said I am the truth. And yet the Muslim they say to you, where Jesus said I am God? The way I see it, that the Muslims they are trying to steal the attribute of Jesus, most of it, and they put it in their God, but yet they do not know who is their God. Again, guys, don't forget you can post your question if you have any. You can click in the top of the video and you can ask me the question. In the top of the video it says be part of the conversation. All right. So number one issue we have with the Muslims, what they know about their God is nothing, or what they say we have attribute. All right. Anything else, they have no knowledge of their God. They never saw their God. They never spoke to their God. They never heard their God. They know nothing about their God. Even the Quran, which they received supposedly to Muhammad, never delivered to Muhammad from his God. What the Muslims agree upon, that there is a guy, he used to come to Muhammad in the image of a man, and he is the one who used to deliver the Quran to Muhammad, which means Muhammad, you know, when the Quran says that's Allah, you know, Allah give me inspiration. This is not an inspiration, because inspiration is something you inspire, not somebody delivered to you. Like within me, God inspire me. But if somebody told me this, that's not really inspiration. Now we will go directly now for more clear topics about Allah to be a creature, and he is a physical being. This verse actually is about Jesus. I hope you guys are taking reference. Chapter 5, verse number 116. Chapter 5, verse number 116. You can go to any translation you want, all right? However, all Muslim translation is absolutely false. So take a note. Don't ever trust a Muslim translation. They are not truthful. Look what we will find here when we talk about this verse. Look like the verse is not clear. Here we go. The numbers. We made it clear now. I will show you in Arabic before we show in English. All right, because as I say, the translation of the Muslims is absolutely far away from the truth, and they have no shame. Those people, they have no shame. You know, if I'm a Muslim and translating the Quran, why I want to play games and I will not give a real translation? Look what Jesus said to you. Can open the verse in front of you in English, and you can follow with me. However, I want to show it in Arabic first for a reason, to show you the deception in the translation. When Allah, he says to Jesus, did you say to the people to worship you and your mother as God? He said to him, Allah, praise be to you, how I'm going to say such a thing without the truth? If you said if I did say that, you should know it. If you say that, you should know it. You know what is in my soul, nafsi, and I know not what is in your soul. Nafs means soul. The same word, nafsi, in Arabic, when you add the ya at the end, you make it belong to yourself. When you add the letter ka at the end, you make it belong to him, whoever one you are talking to. All right, like in English, you say his, you know, or yours. So the same word exactly, nafsi, nafsi. One is mentioned to Jesus and one mentioned to Allah. Question: how Allah has a soul? And this is a soul. This is not a spirit. This is not a spirit. Nafs, nafs is a word means soul. Like actually, if we take the same word, just the same word, I can show you. You will see how the Muslim, they change the translation. The same word, you know, like this is the word nafsuka. We saw it in the front of us. All right, we can search for it in the Quran, and you will find. Here we go. The same word. Look with me. Do you see it in the screen? This one and this one is exactly the same. If we click at this one translation, let us see what we will see. It's not opening. Lord have mercy. Maybe I need to do this again. Look like we have to increase our internet speed. because now I have Google on, broadcast is on, so that's not good. Oh, here we go. Look at me, guys. You see how the translation came? I hope it's clear. And do thou order being bring the Lord to remember us in the very soul. To remember it in your soul. Soul. The word is nafsuka means soul. So how come in the one is about Allah they don't translate the word as soul? Because the Muslim is, if they translate the word as soul, that will be a problem. For soul is created by God. You see, in the 99 attribute of Allah, they did not mention that Allah is a soul. You notice that? This is the word used for Allah, and this is the word in the verse after it. It's exactly the same. If we click at the translation, we will see that the word when it's when Jesus says to Allah nafsuka, it doesn't come in the translation as a soul no more. Why? Because Muslims, they have to deceive you. They have to find a solution for this. How I'm going to stay with this? How I'm going to admit that Allah have a soul? Allah should not have a soul. He's a creator. The soul is something created, and the creator supposedly is Allah. He should not have a soul. Clicking, it's taking forever to open. I'm not sure what to do. Anyone have a question, guys? I don't see anyone is posting questions in the question and answer. I just turned, and can you explain the name, the deceiver, the best of deceiver? Yeah, this is not the topic right now, Sahih. No, we are talking about the attribute of Allah, and do Allah have a physical body? So I don't wanna go there right now. All right, we want to focus in our topic. We want to prove that Allah is a normal creature. Actually, I don't believe Allah exists anyway, you know, but I'm showing based on the study in the front of us, those verses we see in the front of us, that Allah is just a normal creature like everybody. Allah, he forget. Allah, he remember. Allah, he have a soul. Allah, he is not knowledgeable. You know, he says something, he predicts something, and it's not true. Like when Allah, he says in the chapter that as-sa'a wa shaqqa al-qamar, the judgment day is near and the moon is split. Okay, there's no moon split and there's no judgment day is near. He said the judgment day is coming 1400 years ago, and the sign, which means it's already started. What is the sign? Split of the moon. Like, do the moon split every day? No. When is the moon split? In the judgment day. Well, here we go. 1400 years ago, Muhammad, he said the moon split, and there's no moon split. We found that this is a hocus statement, right? So obviously this is the fiction, and the Muslims have a lot of fictions in the religion, and they try to avoid this fiction by denying the nature of Allah, saying, you know what, Allah is a soul, Allah is the same as everybody. I don't know what to do, guys. I'm clicking at this website, it's not working. And the funny, it's very late in my time now, so supposedly the internet should be better, but look like my bandwidth is not good. So let me try to turn my phone off. Maybe that will fix it. I don't know. I will try to do anything. We cannot continue this way if the internet will not go. Right, come on. All right, let us close some browsers. Maybe that will help. Nothing still functioning. You believe it? Here we go. Like, again, guys, you can click at the in the questions and answers. You can be part of it. For me, it's very important to see people, they are asking questions, sharing, because that's mean you guys are with me and you are listening and you are not asleep. All right. So as you see here, the word is coming as soul, and Allah must be having a soul. So I hope you guys, you took reference for that. But if you go to this verse where Jesus, he said to Allah, I know you know what is in my soul, and I do not know what is in your soul. All right. The translation change. Let us see a Shakir translation. I hope it's going to work. I close this browser here. Okay. Unlucky. Look like maybe tomorrow I have to go and call for increasing the speed of my net. That's not good. Anyway, until this thing open, you will see here Jesus said to him, you can open in your side, by the way, guys, just maybe you can help me more. In chapter 5 verse 116 is what we are talking about. Let's just make the number show on the screen. Chapter 5 verse 116. All right, here we go. Finally, you see how slow it is? Unbelievable. All right, so Allah, when Allah say, O son, O Isa, son of Maryam, did you say to the men, take me and my mother for two gods beside Allah? He will say, this is not true, by the way. It doesn't say he will say, you know. He said, the glory be to thee, it didn't benefit me that I should say what I had no right to say. If I had said it, thou would indeed know it. So if this is the fact, why he's asking you? You know what I mean? If this is the fact, why Allah is asking you? Like, can't Allah, or what the point of this question? If Allah is all knowledgeable and Allah, he knows what he is talking about, all right, why he is asking him the question where Allah, he know the answer? It doesn't make sense. So did you say to did you say to the people that you to worship you? Jesus said, well, Allah, you know better. I did not say that, and if you said it, you should know. So why Jesus, why he is questioning for this, for something he did not do? All right, and then it says, look what the translation came. Thou knowest what is in my mind, and you do not, and I do not know what is the mind. So the Muslim now, he tried to fix it by fabricating translation. Look what he did. Shakir, he tried to fix this problem, and he translated the word soul as mind. That's mean Allah have a mind, and mind is attribute of a man. My mind and your mind. So now what we have the mind of Jesus and we have the mind of Allah. What does that mean? In fact, it's a word means soul, right? So let us go for something else. Again, I see no questions from anyone. Thank you for not asking. That's a good sign. We will close this one. We will go to something else. Actually, what his name, Sahinom, he said, can you answer about Allah the deceiver? Well, isn't this is attribute of the one who is not God? If Allah is a deceiver, you know. If we go, as long he mentioned it, just to go over this for a little bit. Come on, open. Oh boy, it's not working very much. Again, guys, you can click in the top of the video and you can be part of the conversation and you can ask a question. Until now, nobody is doing so. Are we shy? Come on, man. What a disgusting internet. And we live in America, you believe it? Like when I was in Asia, it take me forever to open my email. And then people, they were saying to me, why you don't come to Paltalk? If I try to load Paltalk, it take forever and ever. Like, come on. Maybe now it will open. Let's see. Okay, enter that one open. Let us go and see this one here. This is a hadith coming from Muhammad. Good, I have this open before I start my podcast. Maybe I should do that. This hadith I mentioned before, and this is the number. I will show it to you in the end of the page, so you guys, you can have the reference. No, it's not showing. Anyway, it's volume number 6, book number 60, hadith number 105. 105. So book of al-Bukhari, volume number 6, book number 60, hadith number 105. In this hadith here, Muhammad, he been questioned if they are going to see his God, they will see Allah. They said to Muhammad, O Allah Messenger, shall we see our Lord in the day of resurrection? So what is the question here? Is to see Allah. Now, how you can see Allah unless he have an image, right? At least have an image, visible image. Now, visible image, either it is a mirage, which means it's not real. There's nothing there, like, which means you put your hand, you can go through. Or there's a physical body, and that means it's real, and that image is a real image. Well, later we will see in the story here if this is a real image or not. So Muhammad, he said to them, well, you know what? Yes. Muhammad, he confirmed, yes, you will see your Lord. Do you have any difficulty seeing the sun at the midday? So Muhammad is comparing the Allah to what? Muhammad comparing Allah to what? To the sun, to the moon. All right. Do you have difficulty to see the sun or the moon when there's no cloud in the sky? They said no. They said, this is how you will see your God, as you see it with me. All right. This is how you will see your God. No difficulty. The same as you see the moon, the same as you see the sun. Now, when Muhammad chose the moon and the sun, is he choosing something false? I mean, did he choose the wrong objects to compare seeing things? He chose something in the sky. One is a star and one in the moon. Actually, this is have to do with the old religion Muhammad belonged to, because those are people that used to worship the moon and the stars too. So do you have difficulty to see them? They said no. He said, this is how you will see Allah, which means clear and no problem with seeing. But the problem here, Muhammad is comparing Allah to a physical objects. The moon and the sun are physical, and they have a physical body. Then he continued. Until he say that Allah will come to you in a shape Let us go to the word directly. Allah will come to you in the shape. Here we go. Allah will come to the Muslims, and Allah will show himself to the Muslims, and he will come to them in a shape. Read with me. Then Allah the Lord will come to them in a shape nearest to the pictures they imagine. Or they have in their image. Actually, this is a false translation, by the way. Because sorry, because in Arabic it says في أدنى صورة من التي رأوه فيها, close to the image which they saw it before. And actually this is why if we go and search the same statement here in different hadith, we will see that the hadith have different translation. This is why I say Muslims cannot be trusted. However, Allah will come to them in a shape. Take note, Allah will come to the Muslims in a shape. When a God he take a shape, he's being what? That is a shape. Shape is a physical shape. If it's something visual and it's not physical, that is not a shape. Shape is something can take space and size. Something can occupy space and size. You cannot call a vision of a 3-dimension. Let us say you watch your 3D TV, and then the actors they are in the middle of your room. That is not a shape, because there's nothing really there. You know, it's an image. All right, and that image either is going to be physical or not. Now, in different hadith, you will see that this image is a physical being, because Allah will the Muslims will show or will see his will show his leg. Let us see. I'm going to take the hadith, search it again, just to show you the other hadith. Let us see if we can have it fast. Oh, look like now the internet is getting better. That's good. Actually here I will go back to this hadith here about the one who came to Muhammad in chapter 8 verse number 10. All right, actually it's not chapter 8, this is this is where Muhammad supposedly an angel came to him, but the fact, if you read the verses, you will see that the one who came to him is his Lord. It cannot be Jibril. This is Allah himself supposedly. And you will see here how Allah he get close to him. All right, and here Aisha, she said that this is Jibril who used to came to Muhammad in the shape of a man. All right, but let's continue. Let us do this. Arabic better. Come on, faster, faster. Until now, I didn't see any question. Thank you very much for not asking. It looked like the students, they come to this class, they are forced to, you know. Come on. Let us see here. Until that thing open, this website open, we will read. Sorry for that, we are disturbing topics. By here we talk about that Allah is the one who guide, and He is the one who misguide. Now, is that an attribute to God? They will say to you that God, He misleaded a nation in the Bible. That's not true. You know, they mislead themselves. What the Bible says, that God is unleashed, which means the misleading spirit, you know, they are not protected no more. They have no protection from God. So the misleading spirit is misleading them. When you are with God, you got the protection of God. You are not, you are by your own. So you are going to examine the misleading spirit, which is a devil. So here you will see that Allah Himself is the one who mislead, and He is the one who guide. Now, the one who guide, I accept for God to be, but the one who misguide, this is not what God do. This is what man do. A human being or the Satan, they do such a thing. They misguide and they mislead. Let us see the hadith here. Here we go. Look, look what the translation of those hadith they changed, man. Like in here it says, يكشف ربنا عن ساقه فيسجد له كل مؤمن. In the translation, the word shin is gone. The leg of Allah is gone. You know, I don't see it. It just said, I heard the Prophet saying, etc. Okay, and my women prostrate, being said before him, but there will be remain those who used to prostrate in the and the word, and for showing off, and for gaining good reputation. Where is the word? The saq is gone. It's gone. That's it. It's not there. Look like we are even having difficulty. Let us go to the search website. Here we go. We found it. All right. So you will find actually here more than one hadith speaking about that. Let us read this one. This one in Sahih al-Bukhari, and this is the hadith number in the screen in front of you. Chapter number, book number 76, hadith number 577. All right. If you see here with me, you will see that Allah will come to the Muslims in a shape. Allah will come to them in a shape other than they know, and they will say, I am your Lord. And He will say, okay, to them, I am Lord, your Lord. What the Muslims will do, they will say, we seek refuge from Allah, or with Allah from you, which means Muslims, they will reject Allah to be a Lord. Why? Because He is coming in a shape. I want to ask, what do Muslims get taught in Islamic school regarding Allah from they don't talk about it. Actually, they avoid. They say, we do not know how Allah look like. All right, they say Allah, yes, He have hands, but His hands is not like anything. We cannot make it because the Quran says nothing is in the likeness of Allah. The Quran, there's a verse in the Quran saying nothing is the likeness of Allah. But let me tell you something, nothing is the likeness of me too. According to science, even my finger, there's nothing like it. According to science, even every drop, or every let's say particle of snow, Every particle of snow, there's nothing look like it. There's no other particle look the same. Is it amazing? Even the snow, they are from the same nature, they are water, but each one of them look different, and there's no one snow look the same as the other. And you can search that yourself. So you know the Bible says there's nothing like God too, but this is a metaphorical of, like, you know, that's he have things not like any of us, all right? But God, he share attribute with us. Like, is the God of the Bible get angry? Yes. Is he going to be punished? I mean, the one who is not good? Yes. Well, I get angry, I get punished. People, do the God of the Bible see? Yes, I see. Do the God of the Bible he hear? Yes. Is he listening to us? Yes. So all those attributes, actually, they can fit with the human being too. But the madness of Muslims, they don't want to admit that in their book they have a problem that Allah is a physical being. It's not about the metaphorical things. Like in my belief, God do not need ears to hear, right? Unless it's a proven that he is a person who have ears. But the Quran confirmed that Allah have a body parts. The Quran itself confirmed that Allah have a body part. Allah is not just God in Islam, he is a body part person. And I will prove to you more. Like right now, what we're seeing in front of us, that Allah has a shape and he will come to them. Look at this. I want you to think carefully with me. When the Quran says Allah will come to them, what does that mean, guys? When Allah come, does that mean Allah is moving from point A to point B? Is that correct? If I say I'm coming to you, what does that mean? It's mean I am coming to you. I'm moving. Do we agree? I do not need to move to you. If Allah is all-knowing and he know everything, like, you know, there is a video actually in YouTube. He said, like, once people they say Allah is everywhere, like, are you crazy? Do you think Allah is in the bathroom? The Muslims have madness, you know. What do you mean Allah is in the bathroom? So what? So what? Are you saying to me your God will get dirty in the bathroom? Are you saying to me your God get affected by bathroom? So is Allah all-knowing everywhere? I mean, he can know everything without going anywhere. If this is the case, how Muhammad he says to them Allah will come to them? What the point of saying Allah coming to us? What do you mean coming to us? We are inside the space, and we are inside whatever location we are, in the earth, in the heaven, it doesn't matter. If you are saying to me Allah will come to me, it's mean Allah is inside his creation, because the heaven is his creation, the earth is his creation. So in order for Allah to come to me, he have to walk in earth, he have to be in the same space with us. He is coming, he is moving. For us as a Christian, we don't have a problem with this, because we believe in the Trinity. We believe God come to us as a man. He walked on the ground with us. But now you have to explain to me how Allah is coming to you, and what the point of coming to you. What do you mean he's coming to you? I thought Allah is all exalted and he is high, and suddenly Allah is coming to you. Why you don't go to him? And when Allah come to me, he come to me where? Where? This is the day of resurrection, and we will be in earth. Remember, the whole hadith here is about the day of resurrection. They ask him, are we going to see Allah in the day of resurrection? You see it? The day of resurrection, we are still in earth. In order for Allah to come to the earth, he have to be smaller than the earth. In order to Allah to come to us, it's mean he have to move from point A to point B. So he's a moving person. He move, and that mean there's something physical is moving. Otherwise, what the point of this moving? I don't know, guys, if you understand what I'm saying. If I am not a physical being, and I can exist everywhere, like Jesus, he said, every two mention my name, I will be between you. I will be the third by spirit. So the Spirit of God exists everywhere by the power, by the ability. And that actually proved that Jesus must be God, because how he can be, how every two of us mention his name, he will be between us. That's impossible for one person to be everywhere. In Christianity, we don't have a problem for God to be everywhere. For Muslims, they have a problem, because Allah, if Allah is coming to the Muslims here, in this case here, in that shape, okay, where is the other Allah is located now? Do we have only one shape at this point? Is Allah exist only in that place? If the Muslim, they will say he is not exist only in that place, he exists everywhere. This is mean Allah will come to you is a lie, because Allah is already there. Are you getting my point, guys? You know what I'm saying? If I am already with you, I do not need to come to you. If God is exist always wherever he want to be, like by knowledge, etc., he do not need to come to me. He is with me, unless he's a physical being, and then the physical being have to move from point A to point B in order to come to me. So the Muslims, because they are scared of this topic, they don't talk about it, by the way. No Muslim there really to talk. Like, you can go right now after we finish this video, go and search for Allah has hands, Allah has face in YouTube, and you will see many Muslims talking about it. You know, I can play it here, but I'm afraid that Muslims, they will take it as an excuse to flag my video. Otherwise, I will be happy to play it. And you will see he's saying, yes, Allah, you have hands and etc., but we do not know how they look like, and don't think about it. This is kufr. Allah is not like anything. That's it. This is all what they will say to you. Allah is not like anything. Well, Allah is like everything, actually. Allah has a shape. Allah has a shape. In order for Allah to take a shape, he have to take a physical body. He have to resemble a physical body. This is what shape mean. Whatever that shape is, I don't care if it's a man or not. You want to tell me it's not a man? Who cares? It's a beast, it's a monkey, it's a donkey, it's a mountain, it's a tree. I don't care. It is a shape. And you will notice here Allah is a changing shape. Like, read with me. Allah will come to you or come to them in a shape other than they know. Which is the shape you Muslims know? I challenge the Muslim to tell me, what is the shape you know? Can you tell me? So if you are listening carefully, you will take notes here. You will take notes that Allah, he will come. Allah will come. And that means Allah is moving within his creation, because in order to come to us, we are in the earth, and the earth is his creation, so he have to enter into his creation. We have atmosphere, we have the sky. He have to go with him. And actually, I will show you more stories here. Then when he come to them in that shape, the Muslims will reject him. He will say to them, I am your Lord. They will say, no way. We seek refuge with Allah from you. So the Muslim consider him shaitan, because they don't like his shape. What the problem with Allah here? Why he's rejected? Because he is coming with different shape. Then the shape of Allah is not working, so Allah, he changes shape. And they will say to him, this is our place. So we are talking about a place. We will not follow you. All right, till our Lord come to us. So they don't believe that this is Allah no more, and they are waiting still for the real Allah. So the shape of Allah first time will not work. It's a fake shape, must be. It must be Allah is deceiving them. It must. And I don't know even what the point of this story. Like, you know, what the for? Why Allah is coming with different shape? You can't even tell me that this is a test for them, because simply, you know the story already. The Muslims now, they know in the heaven Allah will come first time with different shape. We will not accept him, so they will do that. You told them the questions, you told them the answer of the examination. Then Allah will come to them in a shape. Then read with me. Then Allah will come to them in a shape they know. Ooh, really? And they will say, and he will say, I am your Lord. And they will say, oh, no doubt, you are our Lord. So how Muslims recognize their God? By the shape. By the shape. In different hadith, they, you know, they ask They asked Muhammad how we will recognize him. Actually, it's the same hadith, but you know, there's many reports of it. He said we will know him from his shin. All right, look at this. The Almighty will come to them in a shape other than the one which they saw first time, and they will say, I am your Lord. And they will say, you are not our Lord. And none will speak to him but the prophets. And then it will be said to them, do you know any sign which you can recognize him? They will say, the shin. So Allah will uncover his shin. So the Muslims, if they try to deny the shin here, they try to say to you, shin mean war, shin mean punishment, shin. This is a lie. As you see, we are talking about a shape. The story is connected to a shape. Allah come first time, he was rejected because of his shape. Allah changed his shape and he come to them in a shape which they like. And how we will recognize that this is the correct shape is his shin. Are we following? You can go into the tafsir. Who care what the tafsir says? All right, it says Allah will come to them. Yeah, it says that Allah will come to them. The tafsir agree, but still, you know, Muslims don't think deep, you see, about how Allah is coming to me. What do you mean is Allah is coming to me? And why he need to come to me? Actually, there's different hadith. Let me show you. Let us see if we can work it out here. All right, look with me at this hadith. Junan. So we have only one person asking questions, huh? That's not good. Look with me at this hadith. This is Sahih al-Bukhari. Let me make it so you can see the reference. All right. I hope the screen is clear for you guys. And this is the reference. Let me take off this thing so you can see the reference. We will take this one off, and we will take this one off. Almost we will take everything off so you guys can see better. All right, I think this is better, right? Okay, look at this. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong hadith. I apologize. This is not the one I want. Here we go. This is the one I want, actually. This is Sahih Muslim, the book of the prayers, and as you see the number of the hadith in front of your eyes. The Lord, our Lord, who's talking? Muhammad. All right, this is not a news from CNN. Muhammad saying, our Lord, the blessed and the exalted, descended every night to the lowest heaven. What happened? Allah, he descended every night to the lowest heaven. Every what? Every night. So take notes, please. What Allah do every night? Allah every night he go. Let us make it in a simple explanation. Allah every night he go to the lowest heaven. To the lowest heaven. There's 7 heavens. There's 7 heavens. And I will draw in the screen. All right. There's 7 heaven. There's heaven here. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. and number 7. Now Allah right now, he is in here in the heaven number 7. So Allah, in order to go and hear the prayer of the Muslims, he will go from here to here every night at the 3rd part of the night. Heaven number 1 and heaven number 2 and heaven number 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, those are the creation of Allah. Isn't it Allah who said we created the seven and the earth and the heaven in 7 days, in 6 days? So those are the creation of Allah. But suddenly we find that Allah is going inside His creation. I thought Allah is exalted and all high and He will not go inside His creation. You know what the difference between going inside a man and going inside the sky? Isn't the sky is His creation? Like, what is different? It doesn't matter how big it is. It doesn't matter. If the sky is the creation of Allah, and the man is the creation of Allah, and the mosquito is the creation of Allah, and the cow is the creation of Allah, and the star is the creation of Allah, it doesn't matter. All of them, they are His creation. At the end of the day, they have one thing they share, regardless of their size. If it's a mosquito or a star, all are His creation. But what we see here, Muhammad, he admit and he agree that Allah, He move inside His creation. That's mean He is smaller than His creation. We will talk about that, share, don't worry. Are we listening, guys? Well, the Muslim, they will deny this. Who care? You know, who care if the Muslim try to deny? You have the tools to shut them up with the truth. You are not making up things, right? We have a clear proofs, and we are not making it up. And this is nothing coming from our book. Like, you know, if you are using your Torah or your gospel, they will say we don't accept this. This is their prophet. They will say it's weak. It's not. It's not a weak hadith. By the way, even the weak one is correct, because even the weak one is accepted at the end of the day. This is why they can't reject it. This is why it's in the book. So what we see here, there's many problems actually. I don't know if you notice with me how many problems in the hadith. Anyone notice a problem? Give me a problem, please. Let us see if we are sharing together the thoughts. Anyone notice additional problem for what I said? Because there's many. Anyone notice? What is the problem? What is additional problem to Allah moving between point A and point B, between seven locations? There's a big problem. Anyone can help me? Come on. Do you see there it says the 3rd part of the night? Do you see it? Allah come in a certain time. Every night He come to them to a location which is the lowest heaven, right? And not just come, He come on the 3rd later part of the night. So He come on time. Do time and matter exist for God? I mean, God go by time? Allah arrive on time? In order that issue to work, He have to go and be inside the earth, because the 3rd part of the night is exist only for us in the earth, correct? There's no 3rd part of the night if you are in the space. Even years actually, by the way, change. Even the life of a human being, if you live in the space, the years change. Like if you go in certain place, you go far away from the earth, you stay in the space for 1 year, but in the earth it might be 10 years, which means time change, years change. So when the hadith here saying that Allah He come in a specific location, which is the lowest heaven, which is obviously very close to us, and obviously go with our time. So this is inside the zone of the earth. Otherwise, what do you mean in the third part of the night? You cannot have such a time unless you have the same time with us. In the third part of the night, Allah arrived. So Allah goes have a clock, and his clock is the same as our clock. Allah is moving to the lowest heaven, and he is inside the lowest heaven. There's one more problem. Anyone knows? Anyone knows? There's really a really serious problem. Another problem here, Jonan saying, why is Allah asking for who pray on him? Should he or every human should he know or every human that he pray? That's a good question. Thank you. You know, guys, if Allah is all-knowing, like we saw in the attribute of Allah that he is al-alim, which means the one who know. You remember we spoke about the scientist? You remember when we mentioned al-alim, we said scientist, the one who knows. If Allah is all-knowing, why Allah need to come down to hear who is praying for him and who is asking for help? That is an attribute of a man. He does, because I cannot hear you from here, so I get close to you. Hello, what are you saying? Let us say you are in the kitchen, your wife in the bedroom, and she's speaking to you. She say, can you bring me water? You say, what? Can you bring me water? So you move a little bit down to the room so you can hear her. Sorry, I did not hear you what you said. So Allah is moving downward to the lowest heaven in order to do what? In order so he can hear. Allah cannot hear from the seventh heaven. Allah, he cannot hear you. He have to come down, and he will say, who is supplicate? Allah do not know who is supplicate. You see here it says Allah, he's saying, who supplicate me? Why he's asking? I thought he is all-knowing. Right? What the point saying? Who is asking me? So I will answer him. And Allah will keep repeating, coming up and down every third part of the night. That's a hell of a flight. Like the distance between the first heaven and the seventh heaven. And by the way, how fast Allah he go between them? How fast Allah go between the first heaven and the seventh heaven? It doesn't show, right, in the hadith. It doesn't say really how fast he's going. But you know, actually, if you think about it, you can see how fast he is. He can do it once a day. Muslims, they pray 5 times a day, but Allah arriving only very late, when there's nobody is praying anymore, which is very stupid. So why you are ordering the Muslims to pray 5 times a day when you are not there? Are you listening to me, guys? If why you are ordering the Muslims to pray 5 times a day if only one time you can be there to collect the prayer? You know what I mean? This is very stupid. Are you always listening? According to this, Allah is not always hearing us. Allah have to come down to the lowest heaven so he can hear and he can listen. All right, but obviously Allah cannot know unless he travel from point A to point B, and then there he will have a knowledge in a certain time, and obviously is coming in the wrong time because at that time nobody is praying anywhere. Number 2 issue, actually one of you mentioned it already. What do you mean the third part of the night? You see, Muhammad, when he speak this, ask yourself, guys, or ask the Muslim, When Muhammad he make a statement like this, is he making up story, fabricating story, or he received this from his God? What do you think the Muslim will say? What do you think he will say? He will say he received it from God, right? Otherwise, Muhammad is a false prophet, fabricating news about his God. Do we agree? Muslim have no choice except to say, yes, this is my prophet, he got it from his God. All right. So how you explain to me Allah will come in the third part of the night? How many third part of the night we have in the earth? How many Zoom time we have, guys? How many Zoom time we have on the earth? 20, 24. I'm not good in science that much, but we have many Zoom, right? Every line, I think it moved to 2 hours. And how many line we have? I forgot really. I forgot those things. We took it from a long time ago. So we should have many zone of time. And like in America alone, we have Eastern time, Mountain time, Western time, and there is many hours between them. So when you say third part of the night, you are talking about what third part of the night? To who? To the people on Alaska or the people of Mecca? Oh, you know what? There's only one third part of the night. Why? Because Allah, the all-knowing, he think that the earth is a flat and everybody have the same night, the same time. You know what I'm saying? You got my point, guys? Obviously, this God and his prophet, they think that the earth have one timing zone, one flat earth. When it's night in Mecca, it's night here, it's night there, it's night everywhere. Otherwise, it's very stupid to say Allah will come one and the last third of the night, because if this is true, it's mean Allah will never leave. If there is 24 zone, I think, I don't know, I'm not sure really how many, you know, to be honest with you, I don't know, but let us say it's 20 or 24. This means Allah will never leave here. He will stay always here, because he does not need to move. Actually, the earth is moving around itself. Oh Lord have mercy. Even if you do that, actually it doesn't work, because you have to be jumping like monkey between them. And this is mean the statement saying Allah he will go down, because you see he says here he descend, which predict mean that Allah coming from the higher to the lower, right? But if you are going to stay in the earth 24 hours in the third part of the night, well, then he is not descending anywhere. He's stuck, because he cannot really do it. He have to be in Alaska, he have to be in England, he have to be in France, he have to go, he have to run to Africa, he have to run to Asia, he have to run to Japan, he have to run to China. All those countries have different zones. So how many third of the night Allah will be available for? A question: if the information of Muhammad is coming from Allah, shouldn't this be in the Quran? You are right, but it's not, because simply Muhammad is just shish kebab, guys. You know, this is nothing really. You know, what Muhammad was able to make it like Arabic music, it's in the Quran. Anything else they did not put in the Quran. Otherwise, the Quran is a hadith too. The Quran, according to Muslims, is a book of hadith. That's what the Quran says. You know, khairul hadithi kitaban. Allah he sent the best of hadith, a book. So Quran is the best of the hadith. And you know, if I am in the like, let's say in the space, and this space is full of stars, and I'm moving between within the space. You see how those stars, they look so small for us, right? But all of us, we know that those stars are really huge, right? And we are nothing really to compare to them. Like the smallest star is bigger than the Earth, maybe millions of times. So there is no question really that those stars are really as really big and really powerful and really huge. But Allah, the Almighty, coming Himself, He don't send Jibril. You see what happened to Jibril, the guy who, the delivery boy who sent Quran to Muhammad? How come Allah come down just to hear the prayer, but Allah never come down to speak to Muhammad? You know what I mean? Allah come down just to hear the prayer, but Allah never come down to hear the prayer. I mean, which one is the greater? Another question, Junan, thank you very much. You are saying which Allah, which heaven Allah He live in? Actually, this is a good question. But are we done with this? Did you take the reference for the hadith we mentioned? This is Sahih Muslim. Let me show it to you in the screen so you guys can take reference for those who they are later will require reference for what they like, in case you have a debate or something, especially for the brother who asked me for this video. All right, I will show the screen again. Here we go. You see the reference as you see in front of your eyes. Save the reference. And by the way, in the future, if you want to find the hadith and you do not know how to find it, freeze the video. This is my advice. You can freeze the video and you type in your browser exact few words as it is. Like, in here it says, "Who asked me forgiveness so that I may forgive?" Type that sentence exactly as it is in your browser, and that will make you find it in Google very fast. So let us say you forgot, you saw one of my videos, it doesn't show the reference really clear, etc. But you see the video, it shows you the text. Copy the text. For sure you cannot copy from the video, right? I mean, copy it by your eyes, write it down in your browser and search for it, and you will find the hadith right away. This is the best way to always to find reference we show in our video. Now, what was the question? One problem, he start from the seventh heaven. Does he live there? All right, look at this with me. Muhammad, he went where Allah live, and that is called Sudratul Muntaha. Sudratul Muntaha. Let us see if we can find the hadith. Look at this. The Sudratul Muntaha, when the Prophet he arrived, let me show you the reference first so you guys can take reference. And this is Sahih, as you see the reference in the front of your eyes. You will see that when Muhammad he reached Sudratul Muntaha. What is Sudratul Muntaha? What is that? If you ask any Muslim, they have no idea except that this is where Allah live. That's it. Hold on. Sudratul Muntaha is where Allah live, but Sudratul Muntaha is in the sixth heaven. It's not even in the seventh heaven. All right. So when when he arrived to Sidratul Muntaha, and this is what the distance between the heaven, and I mean, like, this is whoever angels they go to Sidratul Muntaha always, like this is the final stop. All right. And when he arrived there, Allah, he gave him three things he did not give to any one before. He gave him 5 prayer. He gave him Khawatim Surah, which means the end of the surahs, or some surahs. And like there's a verse in the Quran actually, it says is yaghsha as-sudra ma yaghsha. If we go and see this verse, here we go. And when he covered the lot tree, which is covered, what is that? So Surah Al-Muntaha simply is the tree of Allah. There's a tree there, and this tree is really huge. And simply this is coming from legions of all nations. I don't know if you heard of before something about called the tree of life. The tree of life. All right. So Muhammad is mixing between some legions and mixing between what he thought it is, you know, like, because, you know, for us as a Christians, when God, he ordered Adam and Eve not to eat from the tree, it was in earth. The garden of Adam of Adam is in earth, is not in heaven. The garden of Islam is in heaven. So Muhammad, he mixed stories from the Aramaic, the old ancient Aramaic, with the tree of life, and that the lot tree which is exist in the heaven, and this is where Allah live. So when he arrived to that place, let us see if we can load more verses. Look what it says here. I'm trying to load it to go down. It's not moving. I'm not sure why. All right, let us do this. I would take the number 16. Okay. For some reason it's freezing. Maybe it's like an image. I don't know. It doesn't work. Anyway, you can read the verses. You will see that there's something happened there when he arrived there. This is chapter 53. You can read actually from the first verse all the way to the verse number 25. You know, something like this. But let us see if we can go to the browser here. This is better. Okay. You will see here, this is the chapter of An-Najm. Allah swear by the Najm when the Najm fell down. All right. And the companion, he did not go astray, and he did not err, and he don't speak of his own. You see, Muhammad, he don't speak from his own. Whatever he's saying, even normal talk, it's from Allah. وَمَا يَنْطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَى. Muhammad, he speak nothing of his own. It is nothing but revelation. Muhammad never say, even the hadith you see is revelation. The one who taught him is the one who is strong, very strong. That's Allah. ذُو مُرَّةٍ فَاسْتَوَى. One of soundness, and he rose. He rose where? And he is in the higher part of the horizon. Where? Well, if he is in the higher part of the horizon, he is in the side of his creation. ثُمَّ دَنَا فَتَدَلَّى. You see, now the Muslims, they will say to you, by the way, this is about Jibreel. The fact, no, and I will show you why. And he approached and discended, and then he became, I'm not sure if let me make it bigger so you guys can read better with me. Is it better now? All right. So he was in the horizon, and then he is conveyed in verse number 9, and he was so close, and was at the distance of 2 bow length or nearer. And he, look at this, and he revealed to his servant, as the translation says, the fact is not servant, it is a slave, what he revealed. So how the Muslim they say this is Jibreel? Where you get it from? If this is Jibreel, how the Quran call Muhammad his slave? He revealed to his slave. The one who came down is the one who revealed. Who is the one who came down? The Muslim they will say to you, most of them they say, this is Jibreel. This is Jibreel. In Arabic actually here it says Abduhu. Abduhu. What Abduhu mean? Slave, not servant. However, even if this is true, Muhammad is not the servant of Jibreel. Muhammad is a servant of Allah. So he revealed to his slave what he revealed. Who is the one who revealed? That must be Allah. The Muslims, to avoid this problem, they're saying this is Jibreel, but there's nowhere whatsoever it says Jibreel, except Aisha in the hadith. She said that the one who is conveyed, it was Jibreel. It was based on the hadith of Aisha. But this is where we contradict the word Abduhu, because if Muhammad is the slave of Jibreel, that means Jibreel is his God. All right, so take note of this one. Let's see if there's questions there. Any question? All right, I see no more questions. Okay, we will continue. You see, the topic is really long. The topic is long, and you guys, instead of making me go and work on my book, you make me busy spending the night with you. Thank you very much. I'm so glad I'm not married. Otherwise, if I have a wife, she will kill me. Okay. Yeah. So if we continue now, we go back to the hadith. This is the hadith. So Sudratul Muntaha is a tree. All right, and it exists in the sixth sky. It's located in the sixth sky. Sufyan said, he said the sixth sidra in the heaven. This is wrong translation. Maybe they are using Google translation. It should say the sixth, the sidra, the word sidra is in the heavens. If we take the word sidra, hold on, let us go here. Actually, I forgot to mention this here. You know, in the hadith where it says that Allah, he appeared to them in an image. Image means surah. What surah in the dictionary, in the Arabic dictionary? This is what surah mean. A figure. This is the general meaning. All right. Appearance, figure, form, shape, etc. So now, if we take the word sidra here and we put it here in the dictionary, let us see what sidra will come as. Look with me. It's a tree. It is a tree. Is it showing for you? What do you mean Allah have a tree in the heaven? Any Muslim can tell me? Next to the house of Allah, or Allah is living underneath the tree, or Allah living in the tree? What is that tree there for? Allah have a tree? Actually, Muhammad, he spoke about this tree in different place. Let me show you. This is a tree, you can walk underneath of it for 100 years. 100 years. Let us see. Where is... Here we go. You see it? In paradise, there's a tree under the shadow of which a rider can travel for 100 years without covering, which means you will be under the shade of that tree. You see how big this tree is? And that is in Surah Al-Muntaha. All right. And this is 100 years in the if you are riding a very fast camel. All right. If you are riding a very fast camel, as you see in the front of your eyes. Any question? All right. Actually, this is not too much information. If I want to share with you my information, you will go crazy. We'll spend the coming 50 years just quoting. You see, when I quote what is helpful for you, because Muslims, they play games. All right, Muslims are not truthful people. They will deny everything you say to them. Just put that in your mind, you know. So you have to know their game. Muslims are game players. They are not debaters. They don't debate. The first thing the Muslim he would do, he would deny anything truthful you say. So what about how you can debate someone like this? So you have to corner them. All right. Now we go to something else. What we did not talk about yet. As long as we are in the hadith, there's a hadith where Allah he said, or Muhammad he said, that Allah خلق Adam, he created Adam on his image. Actually, this has been taken from the gospel, from the Bible. Let's see the hadith. I need to upgrade my speed. You know, look like now it's really late and still the speed is bad, but at least it's working. Look what it says here. The Prophet said, Allah created Adam sallallahu alayhi wasallam, etc. He was 60 span, etc. And he said, "Great." Just wait. The translation is really weird. Hold on. Look at here. You see in Arabic here it says, خلق الله آدم على صورته. Allah, he created Adam in the same image of Allah. على صورته. And then it says he was 60 spans tall. Where is the translation of Allah created Adam in his image? It's gone. It's gone. Let us see different translation. It's totally gone. Look here, the translation. Look at this. Here it appear. Thank God. But the translation is different. The prophet said, Adam, Allah created Adam in his image. They are saying picture. What do you mean he created Adam in his picture? What does that mean? What do you mean? Well, we know how Adam looked like. We are the sons of Adam. You want to tell me he was taller? No problem. You are saying there he was 60, but you are saying that he created Adam in his image. What image is that? The image of God. Do you see it? And let me show you the reference. And then Muhammad, this is Sahih al-Bukhari, as you see on the screen. And Muhammad, he forbid the Muslims to hit the Muslim in his face, or to hit a man in his face. Why? Because Allah, he created him in his image. Let me see if I can get you the hadith. Why you cannot hit a man in his face? Because Adam created in the image of Allah. Here we go. Read with me. Sorry guys, I have to have patience. My internet is slow. I'm trying to avoid increasing, life costs is not easy, and trying not to pay unless I have to, but look like we have to. Come on. All right, let us take a nap. So anyway, I think it shows on the screen already. I'm waiting for it so you can see the reference. Until it open, you will see here it says, when any one of you fight with his brother, he should avoid his face, for Allah created Adam in his own image. Do you see it? Do you see it? Which means when you beat a human being in his face, you are insulting Allah. If a Muslim will say, no, because this is the face of Allah, well, you know what? The face of Adam, sorry. Well, you chop his head, you are worried about his face. You kill the man, you are worried about his face. You put nails in his eyes. Is it Muhammad who put nails in the eyes of people? You worry about his face. How about avoiding putting nails in the eyes? Right? So obviously Muhammad, he is stealing this from the gospel, right? From the Bible. God created Adam in his image. This is what it says exactly. This is what it says exactly. And Muhammad is taking that from the Bible and making it as a hadith belong to him. And that is telling us that Muhammad is really nothing but a fabricator, and he is a copy person. So until now it's not moving. Until now it's not opening. I hope I did not lose internet. Did I? If you go to Genesis chapter 1 verse number 27, I think, you will see that. Look like, guys, this thing will not open. just to show the reference. Anyway, here we go. Finally, hallelujah. Sahih Muslim, you see the reference? Sahih Muslim 2612, and the English translation is book 32, hadith number 6325. For sure, the Muslims, they will say to you, it doesn't say that, you know, but this is simply, this is what it says in the book of Genesis. And Muhammad is nothing but a thief. You know, go to Genesis chapter 1 verse 27 and you will see God created mankind in his own image. It's exactly the same sentence. It's exactly. Is that an incident? I mean, like an accident by mistake? It cannot be. And you are avoiding people from beating a man in his face. Is that by mistake? What do you mean? You have the face of Adam, so what? You are a son of Adam anyway. What about beating him in his ass? Excuse my language. Isn't it the same ass as of Adam? Come on. You know what I mean? There's no logic there. What about beating him in his shoulder? Isn't it the same shoulder of Adam? As long we are the same exist, or the descendant of Adam, which means whatever had Adam have, we have. So how come his face? Because it is the image of God. Now, we want to finish some hadith before we go to the Quran. Do we have any question there? All right. Let us see this hadith. This is one is very powerful. So I want, especially the brother. I don't know if he's here with us. Supposedly, I told him to come because I did this today just for him actually. Which it says that Allah is not one-eyed. Allah, your God, Allah is not one-eyed. Muhammad, he voluntarily always he talk, and when Muhammad voluntarily talk, he do poo-poo. You know poo-poo? Once I was doing a seminar in the church, and you know, in church, nobody used this term before, right? Like, you know, you don't go inside the church and you go on the stage and you say, "Oh, Muhammad now is doing poo-poo." People look at me like, "What? Muhammad what?" All the viewers in the church, they could not believe what they hear. Like, are we hearing maybe because of his accent he means something else? I said, yeah, this is poo-poo. Muhammad now is doing poo-poo. This is poo-poo. All right. Muhammad, the more he talk, the more he do poo-poo. Because the liar, when he talk too much, he expose himself and he do poo-poo. All right. So after that, the first day after I finished this, this seminar, the ministers of the church, they said to me, you know what? We never heard someone using this, and we never thought ever somebody will use this in the church. But I think it was very good to use it. People love it. And after that, each time I say Muhammad now is doing what, everybody says poo-poo. Muhammad now is doing what? Poo-poo. Why it's poo-poo? Let us see why. So everybody was like, loving it. Anyway, so look what Muhammad here, Muhammad doing poo-poo. Remember, Allah is not like anyone, right? The Quran says that. The Quran says, وَمَا مِن مِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. There's nothing like that in the likeness of Allah. All right, there's nothing in the likeness of Allah. But then Muhammad, he come with this. And he say, you know what? Allah, your God, is not one-eyed. Allah is not one-eyed. So, what does that mean? You have two eyes? Allah has two eyes? And then you will notice that he is comparing between him and Allah. Let us read this hadith together. I did not eat all day, so my belly is talking to me. I think it's Allah talking to me now. The Prophet said, I have told you so much about the Dajjal. The Dajjal is the Antichrist, and that I'm afraid you may not understand. Now Allah is giving you a description. All right, look at this. The Antichrist is short, hinted, woolly, haired, one eye, an eye sightless. All right, so this is description of what? Of the Antichrist. He's a man. He's short. He have curly hair. He have certain look of his face. He have certain look of his eyes. His eyes is going inside. All right, and he is deep-sighted. So all of this is description of what? Description of a man, normal man. Because remember, the Antichrist is what? The Antichrist is someone will come, and he in Islam, at Dajjal, is a man who will claim to be the Christ. So this is a real man. The Antichrist in Islam is a real man who look like a man, but he is Antichrist. And look what he says. If you are confused with him, know that your Lord is not one-eyed. What? Poo-poo. This is poo-poo. This is official poo-poo. Anyone knows why it's official poo-poo? Anyone knows why? Are you guys with me? Why it's really bad? Muhammad is comparing between his God and Allah and saying, if you are confused with him, with your Lord, why I want to be confused with him, with Allah, if Allah is not a man? Are we following? If Allah is not a man, why I will be confused with him and the look of Allah? So Muhammad is trying to tell us how Allah look like. Okay, how Allah look like, Mr. Muhammad? He start by describing for us the man who is the Antichrist. And this Antichrist, by the way, this is the resource, the source. So if you can take a reference, and this is Sahih, so Muslims cannot say to you it's weak. The one who will have the debate with Muslims soon, I hope you are listening. This is Sahih, so Muslims cannot play the game of Sahih and weak, you know. All right, even Sahahahu al-Albani, big Muslim scholar, he says this is very good. So when Muhammad compare, let us take some notes here about this. Oops, sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. It's good to see the gospel anyway. Let us go to, here we go. So I am afraid you may not understand. So Muhammad trying to make things clear about what? The Antichrist. He is what? The Antichrist is a man. He is short. He has certain look of his hair, his eyes, his hair, you know, he's one-eyed. He have a problem. One eye is sightless, and neither, etc. And he is deep seated, and he is. And don't be confused about him. You should know that your Lord is not one eye. So all those descriptions are for a man who is short, fat, whatever you call him, and Muhammad is worry that they will be confused, as you see the word confuse here, between the short man and Allah. If Allah is not a man, if Allah is not as God, and if Allah is not like anything, why you are confused that we are going to be confused about him and a short man and a fat man and a deep-sighted man and one-eyed man? What's wrong with you? The correct statement here should be, Muhammad should say, you know what, the false Messiah is short, etc., but the real Messiah is not. Correct? Why you comparing the man, the false Messiah, to Allah? And why they will be confused with him if he's just a man? And Allah is not a man, so obviously Allah must be a man. Are we following, guys? Yeah, are you saying Allah is Jesus? Are you saying Allah is Jesus? Because here he replaced the word the Messiah by your Lord, because the real compare should be between the false Messiah and the real Messiah. Muhammad, he did not use the word real Messiah, he used your Lord. Your Lord. So this story alone actually is a proof to me that's either you have to accept that the word Rabbukum here, the word Rabb, it's mean this one is speaking about the Messiah, you know, not about Allah, and that will make the Messiah is the God of Islam, or the Muslims have to accept that Allah and the Messiah is one. For the problem here is the Antichrist, the false Messiah. The Antichrist is a Dajjal, is a false Messiah. He's a man. He's a man, as you see. The description is very clear. He is describing a man. Let us say, for the sake of argument, this false, the false Messiah is not a man. Just for the sake of argument. Still, we are talking about size and features of man. Right? This is a description of man, nothing more, nothing less. All of this is description of creature, whatever it is. When you say short, you are talking about someone he stands with his 2 feet. When you start talking about curly hair, you know, obviously this is a man, right? And by the way, here we should ask ourselves a question: why the Messiah has an Antichrist in Islam? Why this guy is not anti-Allah? Why is Antichrist? For Christ is God, Allah is not. Otherwise, I challenge the Muslim to tell me why he is the Antichrist. When this guy, he claimed to be the Antichrist, to claim to be Christ, what's he's claiming? He's claiming to be God. As simple as that. He will ask people to worship him. So by claiming to be Christ, you claim to be God. And again, Muhammad doing poo-poo, and he admit that the Messiah must be Christ. For first, he compared between the false Messiah and the real Messiah, but this time he called the real Messiah God. The real Messiah is not short, is not one-eyed, is not deep-seated, is not etc., is not etc., while the real Messiah, which is your Lord, all right? Do we have any question about this before we move to something else? So yes, the Messiah is the Lord, obviously, and he is the Lord of the Muslims, they like it or not. Why they get confused? Because they look They get confused because Allah looked the same, very close. But hold on, how Muhammad knows how the false Messiah look like? Seriously, how he knows? If you ask the Muslims, they will say to you, "Oh, Allah told them." Okay, so this is is coming from the very mouth of Allah, right? So they can't say this is a fabrication of Muhammad, because how Muhammad knows, وَمَا هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَى, right? Everything Muhammad he said, as we read in the chapter of An-Najm, everything Muhammad has is a revelation from Allah. Anything he say. So I hope you guys are taking notes. Now, are we getting tired? Are we getting tired, guys? You want to continue tomorrow or continue? I wish somebody here can make me some tea. I have my tea next to me, but it's frozen. And I don't want to leave and come back. I wish I can play for you a song to take a break, but you cannot. You're not allowed. It's a copyright. Otherwise, we'll be in trouble. You have to buy it. Actually, if any of you knows, there's a places where you can buy songs. All right. Like you can buy a package of I don't know how many songs, so we can maybe use them in our show just for a break. Because sometime I'm gonna go, take a break, and there's nobody here to replace me. So if somebody knows, let me know if we can do that, how, or etc. What else? We spoke about the false Messiah, the real Messiah. We spoke about the image of Adam. Let us talk about Allah. What this here is about. All right. Chapter 2, verse number 29. Chapter 2. I hope you guys, you are taking, I really admire you guys if you like have a little book or notes and computer notes, and you take notes, because this is really, if you care for increasing your information, because sooner or later you will forget where I got this from. You know what I mean? The best way is to take notes. Otherwise, later you will forget, and then you try to find my video. And God knows if my website, I mean my video will stay, because YouTube keep chasing me, as you know. Like you see, you don't see those things happening to James White, David Wood, etc. Muslims, they target me because they know really this is a big danger. The rest are not really too much scary for them. This is why I'm trying to avoid to use videos, to use their voice, because they will flag you for any reason. They try to take you down. So it is He who created the earth, and then ثم استوى إلى السماء. Let me show you first what ثم mean. ثم in Arabic mean after that. In the Muslim translation, if we look at any translation, you will see none of them really coming with the correct answer. I mean, correct translation. Let us see Mohsen Khan. It's taking time. Let us go first to the dictionary. We will copy the word thumma, and we will paste there as it is. Here we go, in the front of your eyes. Do you see what the meaning is? Afterward, then, next, after that. Actually, the perfect meaning is next and after that, which means something to follow. All right, as you see in the front of your eyes. This is the dictionary. I'm not making my own. So thumma mean after that. The reason I'm talking about this, it is Allah who created for you the earth, everything in earth, and after that he went to the sky. You remember we were talking about Allah moving between point A and point B, guys? You remember? Allah moving between point A and point B. Allah is candidated from the seventh heaven to the lowest heaven to hear the prayer of the Muslims. This one is in the Quran now. This is even higher standard of like information. I click at the translation, but it's not opening. The problem, there's many things I want to do, but not many people are donating, to be honest with you, you know. We ask people, and at the end of after 1 month we find only 35 people they are willing to help. People, they can just help by giving a donation of $2, because if every Christian really watch our video, give a cent, then you will find you will have more than enough money to cover what we need to do. But nobody care. Very few of you, really very few, which is really kind of disappointing. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it, because then people, they will start leaving, right? The second you start about talking about a donation, people, they flee. They don't know you. Yeah. All right. So what the verse here is saying, that when Allah, he created the heaven and the earth, after he finished them, Allah, he went up to heaven. But in the translation it doesn't show, you know, there's no after that. Where's the after that? It's gone. However, in this translation, actually, I'm really surprised. It says, look, then after he created the all that on earth, is the clear? Let me make it clear. All right. So after Allah, he create everything for you. He create the light, etc. You know, you can read the whole verse. After that, Allah, he rose up to the sky. This is mean Allah was on earth, because you cannot rise up to the sky unless you were not in the sky. You know what I'm saying? When Allah, he rose to the sky, he was where? And by the way, this can be shown like in many places, but this verse, chapter 2, verse 29 is very clear. Allah, he created everything in the earth. He finished it all. Then after that, he went to the sky, and he made the sky. And by the way, this is a contradiction to different verse in the Quran. But right now I want to focus about Allah moving from point A to point B again, and this point A and point B is proving to us that Allah, he live inside his creation. For it is he who created for you all that on earth. Then he rose over towards the heaven. So where he was, where Allah was, he was on earth. You see, we're talking here about the earth. and then it says he rose up. You see it? He rose over, he rose up. So he was down. Down where? Down on earth. Allah on earth? Allah himself was on the earth. And the funny here, you will find something very funny, that Allah was on the earth when there is no heaven yet. So how Muslims they say Allah in the seventh heaven? There's no heaven. There's no heaven. Does not exist. I don't see the heaven there. There's no heaven yet. So it's very obvious that here Allah must be a creature who go down on earth, or at least he take the shape of a creature, because in order to be in earth you have to be smaller than the earth. You cannot go inside something and you are not something. You know what I mean? Like when I say I went up and I went down, up where? Up to the heaven. Down where? Down to the earth. So what is the one is went down to earth? This one who was in the earth, who is he? He's Allah. He was in the earth as what? Body, creature, human being, beast. It doesn't matter what it is. It must be something have a physical shape, moving within distance. For if Allah is the Almighty, he do not need to come down to earth, unless the Muslims believe in a Trinity, and then you know what, we can say that God, he took a shape of a man, he come down to earth. That would not be a problem. But the Muslims don't believe in this. So who's the one is coming down to the earth and then he rose up to heaven? Any Muslim can tell me? I don't see any questions. All right, no questions, no questions. And by the way, if we open the Quran, as long we are talking about this, if we open the Quran and we go to chapter 79, verse number 30, as an example, 79:30. I wish I have a software can open two things together in the same time, but you can do it in your screen. In chapter 79, verse number 30, you will see that God, he created, the God of Islam, he created the heaven, the sky, the stars first, and then he made the earth, and he make it flat, and then he put the trees, and then he put the cattle, and he put and the last thing he created was the human being. And here is the opposite. Allah created everything on earth, then he went to the sky. Do you see it? This is what somebody tell me. This is poo-poo. This is one of the poo-poo of Muhammad. Muhammad, he forgot that he mentioned in different verse that Allah created the heaven first, the sky first. Let me show you. I'm not making things up, because maybe some Abduls, they might say to us, you are making things up now. All right, okay, let us go here. I will go to chapter 79. I hope it's going to open fast. Oh, Lord have mercy. God is good. God is good. Let us see if I will be able, after all of this, to work in my book. Come on, open. You see, this is how companies, they make you pay more. They make your internet slow, so you find yourself you have to pay more. That's bad. Anyway, you can check it in your side. I'm sure it's working better for you. Chapter 79, you know, verse, you can read from verse, let us say verse 20, right? And you will see that the God there, the God of Islam, he created everything on the heaven first, the stars, the night, the day, I mean, the sun, the moon, everything, the decoration, the lamps, and then after that he went to the earth, and then he finished the earth. But this verse is saying the opposite. And actually, this is not the only verse saying the opposite. But the point for me here I'm mentioning is that Allah is moving from point A to point B, and he was inside his creation. So this is what we are trying to share with you. Let us close some browsers, but because maybe this will help. This is a Muslim website I'm going to read it from soon. All right. Until now, that page is not opening, so we have to wait. Now, there's many things we can talk about. Or the browser is not even opening. It says a problem. Come on. There's other issues like Allah sitting in the top of the throne. I made a video actually about it. You can watch it. But just as a reminder, you will see that Allah, he sat as every human being. But let us go first here. How Allah he built the sky as an example. How he built the sky? He built it by hand. That is an attribute for a human being. Human being, he built things by hand. Look like the other page is opening right now, so we will go there. All right. Oh, see, the internet is very slow. It's not even loading like easy. Even the Arabic is not coming correctly because the internet is very slow. So maybe it's better if we make it maybe in 2 videos. Like today we have a video, and tomorrow we have another video. What do you think, guys? Because it's getting late, and as you see, my internet is really bad. All right. So maybe it's if we do it, and tomorrow we can add another part of it. Hey Sam, how are you? Peace of Christ to you. Yeah. So what we will do, as you see, my internet is very slow. I don't know. Very, very slow. Here we go. Finally, it's opening. All right. Load. Come on. I think if you live in Africa, you have better internet than mine. With my respect to the people of Africa. Yet they say to us, we live in America, you know, the most advanced country in the world. All right. Look at this Arabic. This is funny. What is that? All of this because of slow internet? Look at this here. This is verse chapter 79, verse number 27. Are you more difficult creation, or is the heaven Allah constructed? He raised the ceiling of, which means of the heaven, all right, and he darkened the night, and he made the brightness, which means the light, the sun, the stars, and after that he spread the earth. Do you see it? And after that he put the water and the pasture of the earth, which means the trees, etc., you know, the grass. And after that he built the mountains. But in the verse we showed you in chapter 2, it's the opposite. It's totally the opposite. You know what I mean? Yeah, my internet is powered by Allah. No, my brother, it's what happened when you are poor. You choose the lowest package, and that will this is the penalty of being poor. If you are rich, then you can choose the highest speed, and then the devil work for you. The money, you know, money make this is how it is. So here, obviously, the verse is stating clearly that the earth was finished. You know, the Muslim, they might start playing with you, says, oh, you know what, the earth was created, but he finished it. Okay, so he finished it after. It says he finished it after. He put water after. He put trees after. He put everything after. So first it was the heaven created. The heaven was finished. The heaven was prepared, all right, as you see in front of your eyes. And then look, you see here, وَأَغْطَشَ لَيْلُهَا وَأَخْرَجَ ضُحَاهَا, and he made the darkened is night, and the bright, which means he made the sun come, the stars. And after that, the earth he spread out. If we go to that verse here, let us go back. It says exactly the opposite. Oh, hold on. You see it? It is he who created for you all that on earth. Then he rose to heaven, and he make it 7 heaven. That is poo-poo. This is Muhammad poo-poo. Muhammad is making poo-poo. You know, Muhammad, the more he talk, the more he do what? Poo-poo. All right. Yeah. So we can go really more and more. We can provide tons of proofs and reference, but maybe it's better to stop for now, because seriously, I'm thirsty. I need to eat something too, and already we are here for how many hours? We are here, what, how many hours we are here? We started 10:30. This is 2 hours and a half and more. All right, so I think this is enough for today. Tomorrow I will try to cover more, if I can open tomorrow. I don't promise, only God knows. All right, and I hope tomorrow my internet will be better, unless you guys wanna purchase a better internet for me. Until now I don't see it. So I want to say thank you guys for being here, and if you have questions, you can go to our Facebook page, which is Islam for Dummies in Facebook, and you can send me your questions too in Skype. If you want to ask by voice, you can leave me a voice message offline. And do me a favor, please share my videos with your friends. Ask them to subscribe to Facebook. Let us work together. You know, if really we appreciate what I am doing here, that I'm spending my time with you. The point is to make more people know, and more of you can be me, and even better. You do not need me to debate Muslims no more. You know, knowledge is something powerful. Ignorance is something awful. People that take advantage of you, because you are not educated. So imagine yourself now sitting in a place, it doesn't matter where, family, friends, and they start talking about Muhammad and Islam, and then everybody will be really astonished about how much you know, right? So think about it in the way you want. People will respect you, people will appreciate you, people will suddenly you will become a teacher for the ignorant. So isn't it worth it? Really, it's beautiful to be a teacher, and especially you are teaching to guide, not to mislead, which means you are teaching the truth, and as the Lord, he said, the truth will set you free. So I say thank you all for being with us, and God bless. And don't forget to ask your friends if they care to share some of their donation. If they care, the banner is showing. You can go, and actually it's under the video, and care you can, or you like to donate. You can donate $1, 2, 4, 5, it doesn't matter. This way you can help us to do better. Christ is Lord and Islam is false.